We got some pretty cool news that just dropped today. The Steelers are going to be featured on Hard Knocks. It's not going to be the traditional Hard Knocks that takes place during training camp and preseason. We already heard that that's going to be designated for the Chicago Bears. No, this is going to be an in-season one, and HBO and Hard Knocks have been doing these in-season versions of Hard Knocks over the last couple seasons. I haven't been paying attention. I don't even think I could tell you what teams were on there. Off the top of my head, was it the Colts? Was it the Colts one of the teams? Was it the Cardinals one of the teams? Either way, I haven't watched. I haven't been paying attention. I've barely been paying attention to the Hard Knocks that goes on during training camp and preseason. Last year, I think I made it through an episode or two of the Jets one. And then before that, I couldn't even tell you which one I've actually finished from like start to end. Maybe it was the Dolphins one. When was that? When was that, like 2016, 2017? I don't know. That was probably the last Hard Knocks I've actually watched every episode. So I don't know exactly how this is going to go, like what the format's going to be, what it's going to look like. One, again, I haven't been paying much attention to Hard Knocks, period, recently. But this one's going to be even more unique because it's not going to just be focused on one team. It's going to be the whole division, the whole AFC North. So the Steelers are featured, the Browns are featured, the Bengals, and the Ravens. So that's going to be really cool, man. Like from a fan standpoint, from a viewer standpoint, an entertainment standpoint, this is awesome. Like it's extra content. It's free content. I guess maybe not free content. You're probably going to have to pay for some type of subscription. But like free content for me, it's just good for business. It's going to be something additional to react to and talk about and just be interested in. I think it's going to be really cool to go behind the scenes of this AFC North battle. And we know it's always a battle. It's the best division in football. 3 teams made the playoffs last year, and even the 4th place team, the Bengals, ended up finishing with a winning record in 2023. It's always tough. It's always a tough division. So it's going to be really cool to see the ins and the outs and just what goes on behind the scenes. Particularly, too, there's good storylines. Like, there's good storylines for every team. This division has a lot of quarterbacks. And then, in particular with us, we got Russell Wilson, Justin Fields. Who's going to be the quarterback? Because this isn't going to be for the full season, which I wish it was. That'd be awesome, right? But it's only going to be for the last 6 weeks and then throughout the playoffs. So whoever makes the playoffs and how far they go, the documentary team will be following them as well. I like it, man. I don't think it's great for the team or for the players. I don't think the additional attention or the additional noise is necessarily helpful. But this is also the entertainment business. It's not just football. It's not just a sport. It also is the entertainment business. And this type of stuff comes with it. I think this is going to be really, really cool, man. It's going to be awesome. Now, there's a conspiracy going on out there, and I don't even think it's much of a conspiracy, to be honest with you, when you see how the Steelers' schedule is for those last 6 weeks and how this documentary just came out. Like the Steelers, those last 6 weeks, we know it's the final 8 weeks. We have all six of our AFC North games, those final 8 weeks. So it starts off in week 12 with that like AFC North schedule for the Steelers. It starts off, it's week 11. We have a bye, week 9. Week 10, we have the Commanders. Then week 11 is the Ravens. Week 12 is the Browns. Week 13 is the Bengals. And week 13 should be the first week of the Hard Knocks because it's the final 6 weeks. So week 13, week 14, Cleveland Browns. So there's the 2 AFC North games right there. Week 15 is the Eagles. Week 16, Ravens, another AFC North. Week 17, Kansas City Chiefs. Netflix game on Christmas Day. And then week 18, the Bengals. Coincidence? I think not, man. We know the Steelers are box office. We know the Steelers are prime time. It's the most recognizable brand in all of the National Football League, the most famous brand in the National Football League, in my opinion. I guess people could argue other teams or whatnot, but come on, it's the Steelers. It's the Steelers. We know it comes with our logo. We know it comes with the Steelers franchise, and that's, a lot of eyes, a lot of viewership. Steeler Nation is not just Pittsburgh. It's nationwide. It's worldwide. So people are going to be tuning in, man. I don't know if it's a coincidence that we randomly have this insane stretch of games to close out the season with not only the AFC North. So the NFL, like, they ain't stupid. Like, think of it. They ain't stupid. Like, instead of sending camera crews and having extra workers going to 4 different places, why not? If we could do it, why not just send a crew to one place where we got the AFC North teams playing against each other? And they'll have that 4 times for the Steelers of these last 6 weeks, where they're kind of like double dipping. You got AFC North, like 2 AFC North opponents going up against each other here. And then you got the Eagles game and the Chiefs game. Like, it's a primetime schedule if you want to talk about filming a documentary. No doubt about it. No doubt at all. So, yeah, I guess now we're seeing why the NFL set up the schedule the way that they did for the Steelers. But I still have the same energy. I mean, it was the same games no matter what. It's just, in a very interesting coordination here. It's in a very interesting format with all these games stacked upon each other. And, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Does it really make that much of a difference if we swapped out 1 or 2 of these AFC North games for the Giants or the Raiders, whatever? The schedule is what it is. The teams are what they are, and we'll just have to roll with it. I'm trying to think anything else in terms of this Hardknocks news. I think it's cool, man. I'm excited for it. I don't know if I'm necessarily excited about it for the squad and the players and everything, but I think they'll be able to handle it. I don't think this is anything that's going to make them flustered. It's just having that extra stuff around, having the cameras, just having to deal with maybe some of this extra stuff is not optimal. I'm from the mindset of stay as low-key as possible and just let the play do the talking. I think that's the most efficient approach to things for being a professional athlete, being in the NFL. But again, this is the entertainment business, and sometimes you've no say in any of this. And I think we do have the veterans. We do got the right type of players that will be able to handle this type of stuff. Hell, Patrick Mahomes signed up for that quarterback documentary, ends up winning a Super Bowl. So it's not the be-all, end-all. Like, this is going to destroy us from within. No, these other 3 teams, these other teams in the AFC North are going to have to deal with it too, just like us. But I think it's really cool. I'm excited for it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And one more thing I wanted to talk about before I close out the show for the day. Brandon Aiyuk, I know. We've been talking about him ad nauseum throughout the offseason and if the Steelers are going to trade for him or not. But we got even more information, and this just goes to show everything's pointing in the direction of the 49ers trading him. Like, I truly think it's going to happen at this point. What team trades for him? That's the question. But there's no doubt the Steelers have shown interest, and the Steelers are absolutely a viable team for Brandon Aiyuk. But he just posted to TikTok a video of him and Jaden Daniels being on FaceTime, and him saying to Daniels that, listen, man, the 49ers said they don't want me.
Yeah. He got me vlogging this shit.
Bro, what?
What happened, bro?
They said they don't want me back. I swear.
So I think it's only a matter of time at this point. And the good thing for any team that may be interested in getting Aiyuk is that stuff like this hurts Aiyuk's trade value for the 49ers. Like, I think people from the outside can clearly see that Aiyuk is unhappy, and the 49ers are probably going to need to trade him sooner rather than later. Now, who has the real leverage? I guess the 49ers still do, but I think it would benefit them more to get him off the team so they don't have to deal with the distractions anymore. But I do think the Niners do have the leverage because Aiyuk is still under contract. If he doesn't show up, they can fine him. And I don't think Aiyuk wants to undergo a Le'Veon Bell situation where he sits out the whole season. And this is even different than the Le'Veon Bell situation because this isn't him being on a franchise tag or anything. He's still under contract for this season. So he's going to get fined. Like, he's going to have to show up eventually. But again, if you want to take the Steelers approach, you want volunteers, not hostages. I don't think you want anyone in-house that's going to create a distraction or bring like toxic or negative energy to the locker room or to the team, which is why I think the Niners are going to be looking to trade Aiyuk. I mean, if this is, and if what Aiyuk's saying is accurate, then, I mean, you have your answer right there. They told Aiyuk that we don't want you anymore. We're looking to move off you. So I think it's just a matter of if, or not, it's a matter of when, not if. There you go. So that's it for today's show. Let me know your thoughts on the Hard Knocks news for the Steelers, and then following the AFC North for the last 6 games of the regular season and also into the playoffs. I think it's going to be pretty cool, man. I think it's going to be really cool. Like, for the Steelers, we got Russ being here. That'll be a cool storyline. And let me know if you think Russ is even going to be the quarterback for the Hard Knocks series. I think it'll still be him. I've said that how many times thus far this offseason, that he's not going to play bad enough. In fact, I think he's going to play really, really good. I think he's going to play really solid. I think the Arthur Smith system, I think this team's a good fit for him. Way better than what he was dealing with the Broncos, and he still ended up having 29 touchdowns in 15 games. So, yeah, I think he's going to be the quarterback, and I think we're going to be just fine at that point in the season too. Only going to be getting better. These Steeler teams under Mike Tomlin typically finish strong in the regular season, and have good records in December and in January. So I think it'll be a good time to be documenting this and be filming the Steelers season too. Way better than the beginning, at least over these last couple seasons, right? Holy hell. The beginning of Steelers seasons have been straight up trash. But that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts again on the Hard Knocks stuff, the Hard Knocks news, how much you think it will affect the team. Do you like it? Do you not like it? And then also this recent Brandon Aiyuk news. You think this means he's getting traded from the Niners? And how likely you think it is that the Steelers make a move? But stay chilling. Peace.